Welcome to another episode of Roar Time right here at CTV Beam. I'm the mirror host, Dr. Love in the Jungle. We've got the man, the legend, the myth, Coach Jason Gibson. Coach.
What's up, man?
What's happening, Coach?
What's going on?
I mean, I know this Jacksonville thing, going into the game, we knew what we had ahead of us.
Right.
And we came out on the low end of the spectrum. Let's start from the last drive of the game, Coach. Kind of take us through this whole concept.
I mean, it was a good game. It was a good arena game. As much as you hate to lose those types of games from a business standpoint, which I'm in.
Yes.
It's good for the league. It's good for the fans. You know, when Jacksonville's fans look on their season tickets and they see the Columbus Lions, they're not missing that game.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like, in Auburn, Alabama. When you get your Auburn schedule and you look on your Auburn schedule and say, okay, Georgia's coming to Auburn, LSU's coming to Auburn, I ain't missing that game. So with that being said, going to the football standpoint, it's just been going back and forth, and neither team could really stop each other.
Okay.
And we got the ball back with about 55 seconds left, and it was eerie how similar it was to a game there, almost a year ago at this time.
Exactly. Yeah.
And my thought process was, hey, they're not going to get the ball back. We're going to finish the game with the ball again. We're going to win it or we're going to lose it. And that's what we did. And we went down and made them burn their timeouts. And we got to the 5-yard line. And I told the guys in huddle, I'm going to stop the clock with, 15 seconds or whatever it was. And they said, all right, let's do it. We took 2 shots in the end zone, didn't get it. I said, not a big deal. I mean, we had trouble with the kicking game throughout the game earlier, but we went into halftime, and you got to have confidence in the people you work with.
That's true.
And I said, it doesn't matter. When the time comes and we need to kick to win the game, I got to call your numbers. You got to do your job.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out our way, But ball bounced off the goalpost, and we gave Jacksonville another one.
Wow. Whew. Lion Nation. Well, it's okay. It's all right, because we will see them again.
Oh, yeah. We'll see them 2 more times.
That's absolutely. So all is not to be lost in this case. But, well, Coach, let's kind of go through the recap of the first half. It was a high-scoring game, a lot of high energy, as you stated already. 37-35?
I mean, it started out from the get-go. I think we had the ball first, 2 plays, touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean, like that. I'm like, wow, okay, this is easy.
Yeah.
Then we get them on a 3rd and 15. We blow a coverage, and I hate 3rd and 15. I'd rather you score on 3rd and 1 or 2nd and 5. Yeah. 3rd and 15, don't score on 3rd and 15.
That's right.
And they score on 3rd and 15 and kind of put them back in the game. Then we go right back down and we score again on the very next play.
Yeah.
And it was that type of excitement, that kind of game, that kind of atmosphere. And it went back and forth. That's probably the highest scoring game. I mean, you think the championship game last year was 27-21.
Yeah.
It's 37-35 at half.
At halftime.
And what happens was when you score that fast, both teams, it gives you more possessions.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like basketball. I love relating arena football to basketball. It's almost like on the same court anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going up and down. You want to fast break it, or do you want to play half-court offense?
Yeah.
And we've been playing kind of a half-court offense. We've been, slowing the game down, getting in half-court, taking our time, finding our shots. Now we're just inbounding it and run down as fast as we can, put it in the bucket. So it makes the score go up higher. Doesn't mean the defenses are any worse.
That's right.
It's just law of averages. I mean, how many times are you going to have the ball? So, I can dictate what I want the score to be.
Yeah.
If we want it to be 41-42, I can dictate that. If we want it to be 65-63, we can dictate that too. So that's what we did, and the guys didn't want to take the foot off the pedal on offense. And that first half just it was a blur. It was so fast.
Yeah.
Going into halftime, I knew, we were in a good position. I knew they couldn't stop us, but we were having trouble stopping them as well. The main thing for us was, we had 3 guys out of position too now. Larry Edwards didn't play, so Robert Caldwell from NC State, Robert's playing a different linebacker position. Robert Sands is playing a different linebacker position. Another DB was in their position, and we had 2 new defensive ends. In that situation with a team that was getting better and better and better. So we didn't play our best game defensively, but it's okay. I told the guys that, trust me, there was a lot of games last year the offense didn't play their best game either.
I was there, yeah.
And the defense bailed us out.
You're right.
So the offense got to bail us out. We've got to bail it out. And that first half was kind of crazy.
Well, Coach, we allowed 26 unanswered points in the 4th quarter.
Ouch.
Yeah, big ouch.
Ooh, well, it's not good.
Not good. No further explanation about that. Well, is there?
I mean, you just can't allow 26 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You can't allow. I mean, we were up by 10 going into the fourth.
That's right.
And we keep scoring, they keep scoring, but I think they stopped us once in the red zone. The backbreaker was they onside kicked it, which I knew they would. They onside kicked it, and we recovered it, and we didn't score in that possession.
Yeah.
That was the difference in the game. And then they went down and scored again, so they actually were able to kind of close that gap and jump up on us. And they scored 10 touchdowns, we scored 10 touchdowns. They won by 2.
Exactly.
So you figure that we just, should have never gave up that many points, but you gotta. I don't want to throw nobody anything underneath the bus.
Exactly. Well, and I'm going to tell you, not to throw anybody under the bus, Coach, but I will tell you, Lion Nation follows us wherever we go.
Right.
So much so that I got stopped at the grocery store the other day. And a fan recognized me. And,
You're recognizable.
I didn't think so. Not that I'm asking for any fanfare,
Right.
but I was stopped. And she asked me, she says, "Did you see that game?" And I said, "Well, what about the game?" She says, "Well, just between you and I,
Uh-oh.
what is up with our kicking game?"
Yeah.
Now, Coach, you and I both know this is a team sport. And I would be remiss, or we'd be remiss, to just point the finger at any one particular individual. But for the purpose of that fan who stopped me in Publix to ask that question, what is up with our kicking game?
It's just one of those years it's just not clicking, and Lindsey's been a great kicker for us.
Yeah.
Great professional, and fortunately I don't get to make decisions based upon my personal feelings. And so we talked about it, I talked about Lindsey, and we had to go in another direction. We just had to. I mean, it was a bad game. It was tough for him of all people. Trust me, he's taking it harder than anybody.
Yeah.
Okay, and so he understands. He's very supportive of us. You never know. We may have to call him again, but like any other job, if it was the quarterback having a really bad game, or if it was a receiver with a bunch of drops, you have to open the door up and you have to push through and give somebody else a chance.
That's right.
To do the job. And Lindsey gets that. Lindsey's Lindsey's a good pro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he'll bounce back. But, it's all kinds of things. And sometimes not always the kickers. It's the holder. It's the long snapper. It's, one of them was blocked.
Yeah.
Nobody brings that up. So it's a lot of little things in it and things that got to be correctable. And, our offense is really starting to click, and then the defense is starting to slag a little bit. In the beginning of the year, the defense carried us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big time, especially Carolina. But ever since, I think the second half of the Carolina game, our offense has just really come to life with the mentality of, I don't care, Coach, we don't need to make up new plays. Just, I'm going to go from here to there, and you throw me the ball, and they can't stop me.
That's right.
And I love that mentality. We got to get that mentality back on defense. It's kind of right now, everybody's, looking around, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, and pointing fingers and trying to figure out. And at the end of the day, no matter what happens in Lion Nation, if you play defense, you win football games.
Absolutely.
So that's the thing. But from the kicking game, we'll get it fixed. Derek Vaca will kick this week, Vacha, and he was 9 of 11 on extra points in Lehigh.
Okay.
But the thing I'm excited about is we scored 11 touchdowns at Lehigh. We scored 10 touchdowns in Jacksonville. 2 games on the road.
Yeah.
Putting up
right.
that many points. So now we get a chance to come home and see what happens.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about the new guys, Coach, that have come into the lineup. You've got guys from Ohio State and Akron.
Yeah, Steve Miller. Steve Miller was a good pickup.
Okay.
Defensive end, 6'4", 250, 255. Steve came on board, and for those guys that get immersed in that first game in Jacksonville, in that atmosphere, that kind of scoring fest, and having going back and forth, I can't imagine what they were thinking. Like, holy cow.
Yeah.
But I thought Steve played well, and Pittman played well. Savon Pittman played really well. He had to play out of position. He had to play some linebacker because Larry was out, and they did well. And considering that was their first ever arena game,
Yeah.
that
speaks
big.
volumes.
Yeah, that's huge.
Volumes.
It's huge for those guys. And now they get a little more experience. They understand what's going on, and now it'll start to slow down, just like anything else. Whether it's the first show we film, or first day at work, or first day of school, you're looking around like you don't know what the expectations are. You're not sure how the process is, and now they're starting to understand the process.
That's right.
So I'm excited for those guys. They did a good job. I got some other guys that may see some action on the field, and But those two guys are special.
Well, good deal. Lion Nation, hold to your seats. We'll be right back. We're going to get into the next game coming up this Saturday, June 9th, against the Maine Mammoths. Hold to your seats. We'll be right back with more Roar Time with head coach Jason Gibson right after these commercial messages.
Every day, men and women from communities across this nation serve as Reserve Citizen Airmen.
I am proud to defend our nation.
Proud to be part of a team that helps make a difference.
I am proud to be part of something larger than me and to serve my country.
We celebrate those who have served and those who are proudly serving in the Air Force Reserve. Our mission is to fly, fight, and win in air, space, and cyberspace.
I am proud to be a member. I am proud to protect our...
Proud to serve in the U.S. Air Force Reserve.
Rivertown Buick GMC is going deep with our deepest discounts of the year. Every select new Buick and GMC model scores with thousands below MSRP. And your team of new 2018s are lining up, backed by our low price promise. We'll meet or beat any price. You get $1,000. Plus, get the right way guarantee with limited lifetime powertrain protection. We are Rivertown Buick GMC, and we are the king of trucks.
Welcome back to Roar Time with head coach Jason Gibson. I'm that mirror whisperer in the wind in the jungle. Dr. Love, Eric Fowler out here in these streets. Coach, we would be remiss if we did not give shout outs and kudos. This episode of Roar Time is brought to you in part by USAA, Rivertown GMC, and Aflac.
Always great sponsors, great sponsors. We're doing a promotion with Rivertown GMC. If you test drive a car,
okay,
you get tickets to the game.
What?
USAA always does it good because USAA sponsors the soldiers in the end zone. So every time you go to the game, that end zone down where you're at, all those soldiers, they get a buffet. They also sponsor those soldiers down in the area. They do a good job. And of course, this game is Cancer Awareness Night for the children. Children's Aflac Cancer Awareness Night.
That's right.
So it's brought to you by Aflac, and they do a lot. They do a tremendous amount of stuff in our community. And so that's our three main sponsors for the show.
Good deal. And Coach, we're going to be rifling off football jerseys immediately following the game.
Yes, we are. These jerseys. All right, we've done this. You know, all teams do specialty jerseys.
Oh, yeah.
These jerseys are superhero Batman jerseys. They look like Batman's costume.
That's cool.
And they're going to be here tomorrow. I can't wait to get them out of the box. I'm excited. The players are excited. We're wearing all black, like the Dark Knight. And we're going to auction the jerseys off. We're actually going to go, we're jumping ahead, but we might as well talk about it. We're going to me and Robert Sands, Robert Caldwell, Jeremy Johnson, and Corey Crawford are going to the Children's Cancer Center in Atlanta tomorrow with the mascot.
Yeah.
Spend some time with the kids. There's about 25 kids in the rooms. We're going to pass out. We got stuff from Smile Doctors. Thank you guys so much. Smile Doctors is a local dentist for kids. If you get a chance, you got to make sure you visit their website. But Smiles Doctors donated a bunch of stuff for the kids at the Cancer Center. Aflac donated just like ducks and toys for the kids. We're taking a bunch of footballs and eye blacks, and we're taking the players and the mascot, and they're going to give us a tour of the facility.
That's going to be awesome.
Meet all the kids. I'm excited to go. I'm excited the fact that I brought it up in the locker room and told the guys, okay, here's where we're going. This is what I need. I need 5 guys, and I had to turn people away.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And even the bigger guy, the first person that said he wanted to go, Jeremy Johnson, Auburn.
Really?
Said, I'm in, coach, let's go. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So, but those guys understand it. Some of those guys are dads.
Yeah.
And maybe that's a thing that I don't know if I really want to see, but we're going to go do that tomorrow. So Aflac's doing that, and we're auctioning off the jerseys after the game, and then donating the money. It's never a ton of money, but money's money.
That's
Doesn't
right.
matter.
We're givers.
It helps somebody
That's
somewhere
right.
somehow. And also, we got a very special, and I can say this because it's my show.
It is your show, Coach.
Our show.
It's your show. I'm just a guy.
Then there's a young man in his 30s at my church named Chris Oles, and young father, 3 kids, wife, good Christian, good dad, good husband, and he's battling cancer right now, severely.
Yeah.
So we're doing a little fundraiser at the game, and we're going to donate some money back to his family. They got denied on some of their insurances. So that we're going to do that. So if you get a chance, go to our Facebook. It's all over the Facebook. But those are the things that you realize are bigger than a game at Jacksonville or whatever. This is just a tool to be able to connect with people and help people, and people help people.
That's
So that'll begin. So it's a huge night. It has a little more meaning this year than normal. My aunt passed away 3 years ago. My dad passed away 2 years ago. Everybody's been touched by it, and obviously the older we get,
That's right.
the more people that are going to be affected by it.
Absolutely.
What's crazy about this game is now, when you think of, when I think of cancer, ignorantly, I think of, my dad's 75, my aunt's 69.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we're going to go to Atlanta and see kids that are 4,
That's right.
6, 8, 10, that they're never going to see their 16th birthday.
Yeah.
So it changes things. So anyway, big shout out to Aflac, Smile Doctors, everybody's getting involved with that. So.
Huge shout out. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do for us. And Coach, that pulls at your heartstrings, tugs at your heartstrings. How could you not take the opportunity?
Obviously.
To go out and be involved in that. Good stuff. Good stuff. Coach, let's talk a little bit about the Maine Mammoth. This is actually a new team in the NAL.
The mammoth of a game.
Okay. Got it.
We're going to have to, I was trying to think of all kinds of stuff.
Oh, yeah,
With
yeah.
Tusk, gargantuan, Maine furry. I don't even know what a mammoth is. I know it's on Ice Age. There's a kids movie. For
Absolutely.
Kids.
Yes.
A big mammoth.
That's a huge mammoth. Yes.
Huge mammoth.
And it's going to be an archaic type of game.
Good word.
Ooh. Ooh.
I like that. I like that.
So, Coach, let's talk a little bit about Maine Mammoth. So, what are they bringing in that we should really be concerned about? I think there's a little rivalry of some sort on the coaching level.
Yeah, a little bit. Their head coach, Coach Fuller, was actually the head coach for the Richmond Raiders for all those years we were in the PIFL, and we coached against each other in the championship game.
Yeah, back in 2015, right?
2015,
Yeah.
exactly, PIFL. So Coach Fuller knows what he's doing. He's a good guy, great coach, and it's the same quarterback too. So they're bringing Jonathan Bain at quarterback. Everybody remembers him from the championship game, and they got a player in their squad that we actually cut in training camp, a kid named Marte Maddox out of South Carolina. He's a DB, and I think Marte's exceptional.
Oh, yeah.
And we should have kept him. I just didn't have the roster space, and I quietly released him, hoping that nobody else would find him.
Uh-oh.
But it didn't happen because next thing I know, I watched film, and he shows up intercepting a pass going back for a touchdown. I'm like, I knew that. I knew how good he was.
Okay.
And he's doing really well, and they got a great receiver in Devin Wilson. Devin's a great, really, really top of the echelon league receiver for this league, and Devin does a great job. So they pose a lot of issues for us with some familiarity.
Okay.
And then also, they got a pretty stout defense. I mean,
number 2 ranked defense, right?
Number 2 defense in the league, yards allowed and things like that. And I couldn't really tell you a lot of the players, but that's what Coach Fuller does. Coach Fuller always puts together a really good defensive team.
Yeah.
With regardless of what he has, he does a good job with that. And it's a monster of a game, man. It's a monster game. I think they're 1-6 coming in. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Not in this league.
Exactly. Anything on even any given Saturday night,
Right.
it could go
Right.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deal. And it's just another game like that. The good news is, they got to travel all the way from Maine to get here and be up in a hotel and sit around and wait. And hopefully that wears on them.
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's a huge, huge game that is a must-win on the schedule. It is a must-win. You cannot slip up here and come out of this game 4-3.
Yeah.
Not with the schedule we had. We talked about last week about June.
We did. Yeah. This month.
June being the deciding month, and we're already upside down. We should be up 1-0. Now we're down 0-1. When you're looking at beyond Maine, you're looking at Mass, Carolina, Mass, Jacksonville. Exactly. And that's going to set the whole season in motion. You'll know when we get to July 4th where we're playing in the playoffs.
That's right. Lion Nation, you've got to be in the jungle, a.k.a. the Civic Center, Saturday night. We start the Lions Walk at what time, Coach?
5:45.
5:45. It's on the outside.
It's different this year. It's on the outside. It's out there underneath the trees area. It's getting bigger and bigger. We're going to do a little special this year. I think we're going to have some tailgating merchandise specials that's only available in the tailgating area up to a certain time.
Okay.
So you just have to go out there and see what it is.
Yeah. Come on out there.
We'll offer
Support
some
that
specials.
tailgate. It's a lot of cooking, a lot of activity going on. Got the cheerleaders, the Lions, Lady Junior Lions out there. We've got some hop around kind of activity going on out there for the kids.
All kinds of stuff.
All kinds of
So,
stuff.
bouncy houses.
Bouncy house. There you go. Thank you, Coach. I needed that. But we are excited about you coming out and participating in the Lions Walk out at our tailgate. It's on the outside. Please make certain that you come into the jungle. Kickoff 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
7 p.m. So
Gates open at 6.
Gates open at 6, absolutely. Make sure you're there. If you haven't got your tickets, shame on you. Go ahead and get those right now at the Civic Center gate while they are available. We want to pack the house out and welcome the Maine Mammoths to Columbus, Georgia, and do it like we always do it right here in the South. Coach, we're going to take another break. And when we come back, we need to give some shout-outs to some sponsors.
Definitely. Supercharged.
You heard it right here. Hold to your seats. We'll be right back with more Roar Time right here at CTV Beam.
Thanks, Dr. J. My back feels so much better. Now tell me where I can go for my headaches.
Really? You don't need to go anywhere else. That's what we do.
Well, what about my shoulder?
That's what we do.
Pinched nerve?
That's what we do.
Well, what about disc problems?
That's what we do.
Sciatica?
With almost 500,000 patient visits over the last 34 years, don't just take my word for it. Ask a friend.
Call Dr. J. Broadwin and Associates today.
Whisperwood Apartments, featuring beautiful and spacious apartments at an unbelievable value. Pay no rent until 2018 on select apartment homes. Whisperwood has plenty of amenities for everyone, including 6 pools, 6 tennis courts, a large fitness facility, a movie theater room, and so much more. You'll love our breathtaking waterfall to add to your relaxation. Call today for leasing information at 706-563-0001 or log on to whisperwoodcolumbus.com. Whisperwood Apartments, this is how coming home should feel.
Welcome back to Roar Time with head coach Jason Gibson, director of operations, the man, the myth, the legend, Eric Fowler, Dr. Love on the mic, keeping all the excitement going for you down in the jungle. Coach, it is time for us to show some love and give some shout outs to our sponsors.
Obviously, Supercharged. They're everywhere.
Everywhere.
If you haven't tried, every person has tried it, been addicted to it. I mean, the players come in asking for it. It's our official drink. You'll see the players drinking it. We talk about Supercharged. We talk about Dr. J. Broadwin, who's always got us back
Always.
over on Edgewood Avenue and also on Victory Players Club.
Yeah, billiards.
Billiards,
Yeah.
not Players Club. Players Club's the movie we were talking about at the break. Players Building also is Locals up there in
yes.
North Phoenix
Somerville,
City.
yeah.
Somerville Road. Locals, Air Force Reserve, Jordan's Dogs.
Oh, gourmet dog.
Midas Touch, of course. Napa Sprague's Napa.
Sprague's, yes.
Sprague's Napa's.
The
Collision
Hangout.
Surgeons. The Hangout. I'm gonna give a shout out to the Hangout. Nikki out there at the Hangout's been. We've been taking food to different sponsors every Thursday. We took some today to Sean McGarry at Allstate. He's one of our good sponsors. Carol Purdue at State Farm.
Yeah.
Janice Henderson at State Farm. All my State Farm agents. Rick Hill at State Farm. But we took some food out from the Hangout and surprised their staff with some lunch, just to kind of get them a taste of what Nikki and them guys do out there at the Hangout as far as, food-wise. Our good friend John Gilbert at Golden Corral.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they keep that place going. They keep it right. I love the staff out there. The food out there is great. I love going out there all the time. And just so many different sponsors that thank them all.
Oh, yeah. We thank you all, sponsorships, for everything that you do for Lion Nation. And Lion Nation, make certain you tune in to find out who these sponsors are. Go out and support them. They're right here in your community. We appreciate everything that they do to take care of us. We'd be remiss if we didn't give them a shout out. So, Coach, as we get ready, now there's some other things that we're doing in the community now. This just kind of goes with the surface of who we are as an organization. We're always good stewards in the communities that we serve. So we are having flag football and Roar Camp. What's that all about?
All right, real quick, go to our website. We're doing a summer. We used to do a youth outdoor league or an indoor league. Just being honest, parents, they don't know how to act. So,
okay.
It's too competitive. You know how it is in the South. Everybody wants to win.
That's
There's
right.
nothing wrong with that, but it's, from an organizational standpoint, I don't want to deal with that headache.
That's liability.
But
Absolutely.
we started an NFL flag summer league to beat the heat, get out of the rain, sit in the air conditioning. It's co-ed. We've already got 6 teams, ages 6 to 10. They're going to play on Saturdays. Go to columbuslions.net. Registration deadline's the 15th.
Okay.
Period.
Right around the corner.
Period. And we've already got we got 3 teams in the 6 to 7 age group and 3 teams in the 8 to 10. So we can place you on those teams. But all the information is on the website, and they'll play on Saturday mornings, starting in July. It's 1 month. That's it.
Hey.
Play some flag football, run around. It's great. My son.
Indoors, in the arena, in the jungle.
Great. Kids get to use the Jumbotron.
My goodness.
It's so much fun for them. And I'm
Exciting.
excited. My son's playing, Jet's playing, Gunner's playing. So I'm excited for that. A lot of my kids from church are going to play. So that's a good. And then we're doing a Roar Camp June 25th, 26th, and 27th. Okay. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. All my Lion players are running it, which is great.
Get the guys out there working with the kids.
Definitely. My players are out in town. They're putting out flyers, and they got their camp codes on it.
Okay.
Because I want the players to be involved. I want the players to get the kids to the camp.
That's right.
So if you know of a player and you type in their camp code, you get a special discount.
There's a method to the madness.
Right.
That's pretty genius.
So, but the camp's really great. You get a T-shirt and hat and 3 days of football instruction inside the turf. Parents, you get to drop them off and go do your day and come back and pick them up at 12, which is great.
Can't beat that.
And so that's what we got going on as far as camps. So the NFL flag and the summer camp, and they both start at the end of the month.
Good deal. That's good stuff. Again, what we do in this community is phenomenal. The impact that we have, the impact that our players have with the youth, it just goes to show in the fabric of things, who we are as an organization. And Lion Nation, we appreciate everything you do in support of what we do as an organization to give back to our communities. We're going to take another commercial break. We'll be right back for everyone's favorite part of this show. We are giving kudos and shout-outs and superlatives to our players of the game from this past weekend. Hold tight to your seats. We'll be right back with more Roar Time with head coach Jason Gibson.
You're gonna do great.
Thanks, Dad.
Break a leg.
Affleck?
Not that kind of break.
Oh! That had to hurt. Affleck?
Not that kind of hurt. Yeah, Affleck paid us cash in just one day to help with our car payments and mortgage.
Affleck!
Perfect timing. See how Affleck helps cover everyday expenses at Affleck.com.
USAA gives me the peace of mind and the security just like the Marines did. At one point I did change to a different company with car insurance and I was not happy with the customer service. We have switched back over and we feel like we're back home now. We're the Williams family and we're USAA members for life.
Welcome back to Roar Time with head coach Jason Gibson. I am Eric Fowler, Dr. Love in the Jungle, and this is that portion of the show that everyone can appreciate. Coach, this is where we have the opportunity to announce our players of the game against Jacksonville. Right. Starting with the Midas Touch player of the game. Coach, who is that guy and why?
Deron Neal. I haven't seen this in a long. Deron had 3 or 4 touchdowns, but he had 100 yards in kick returns.
Wow.
So he had almost 200 yards of total offense, which a lot of teams only have about 200 yards of offense, period. And he had 200 by himself. Best game I've seen him play as a pro.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Phenomenal.
And then we've got the supercharged offensive player of the game. Coach, let me just say his name.
Yeah.
The Q.
The Q from Georgia,
Yes.
Bulldog Nation. Quavon Hicks had 9 carries for 59 yards.
Woo.
We talked about this the other day. The O-line's pushing for it. He had 4 touchdowns. Quavon was massive, and nobody knows this, but he's got cartilage tears in his ribs. I mean, he comes off the sidelines every time, and he's hurting.
My goodness.
And he never says a word, and he goes through it. But I've never seen a 100-yard rushing game in indoor football.
That's impressive.
I've never seen it. We're going to see it sometime this year.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's special. And if he gets healthy, watch out.
Oh, yeah. I've already seen it, and it is exciting to see that guy run the ball.
Yeah.
It is exciting to see that guy run the ball. Collision Surgeons, hit of the game, Coach. Talk to me.
Tyler Stevenson, I thought he was going to kill that kid. That kid came across the middle, and Tyler laid one. Tyler, I've been looking for that all year long. He's starting to step it up out of Baylor University.
Absolutely.
Great guy. And, shout out to Cindy out there at Collision Surgeons. Something wrong with your car and you get fixed, you got to go see Cindy Dunning at Collision Surgeons, the best in town, hands down.
Oh, Coach, up here shooting out bars. Wooka wooka. Air Force Reserve. Coach, who we got there?
Kyle Griswold. He keeps showing up again and again. He had a pick. He had a couple tackles. Kyle always figures out a way to get us an extra possession and get us a turnover. And I love having him around. Former defensive player of the year.
Absolutely. And he's still doing backflips and cartwheels and all that, right?
And he needs to do more, because if he's doing more, it means he's scoring more touchdowns.
That's exactly right. Cal, you heard it right here. Need more from you. And then, Coach, last but certainly not least, the Spragues, Napa, Auto Parts catch of the game.
Deron Neal.
Once again.
Man, 4th down, early in the game, big possession. He makes a catch on the wall, right on the pylon. It got reviewed. It was a touchdown. It's just week after week, this guy just keeps impressing. And you look at, you got Deron Neal, Jarmon Fortune's lead league and everything, and Tristan Purefoy, who's So, it's funny. Tristan's quietly one of the best receivers in the league, but you wouldn't even know it.
You wouldn't know it.
He just keeps doing his thing, and when there's a big play to be made, all of a sudden Tristan Pureford pops up. He's just not blowing up the huge numbers because I'm having to divide it by 3.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, Lion Nation, you have heard it here from head coach and director of operations, Coach Jason Gibson. He is our man. Please make certain that you are in the jungle this Saturday, June 9th. It goes down at the Civic Center. Make sure you get your tickets in advance. Get to the Civic Center window. Ask, hey, I need tickets. Coach, we still got plenty of VIP seating available?
Not plenty, but there's some.
There are some. Okay.
There's some.
So let's let you know. You need to get in where you fit in, folks. Lion Nation, make certain you're there in the jungle. Again, please make certain you're part of the coveted Lions Walk, 5:45 p.m. on the outside of the Civic Center. We look forward to seeing you there. Right here, Roar Time. We appreciate all that you do, Lion Nation. Stay tuned for another pleasant episode with me and Coach Jason Gibson. Until we see you again, God bless and take care.